All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Hey, real quick, man. real quick. I need to see this video, man. All right, because, and that's why I titled it what I titled it. All right, because, hey, through the Spirit, man, here it is. I was and this shows you, man, it shows you the wickedness of the world we live in, okay? So, you're probably wondering, well, why the hell, do I have a commercial about Ozempic or whatever it is up here? All right, but I'm gonna show you in a minute. So basically, I was in my kitchen yesterday, and as I'm preparing my meal and whatnot, I heard the TV and they were playing this commercial, and I just, I just decided. So as I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm hearing this voice just keep on going and rambling, and my ear finally picks up on what this guy is saying. Come to find out, this man is listing side effects like a yo fam like. And I looked up what this brand medication, whatever it is, does. All right, but when you after you read the side effects, you basically at a loss. Now I'm gonna play it real quick, and I want you brothers and sisters to listen to this.
People with type 2 diabetes are excited about the potential of once-weekly Ozempic. In a study,
So, so Ozempic is the brand name, and then the name of the actual medication is some what is that?
people
Yeah, semaglutide. All right, basically for diabetes.
with type 2 diabetes are excited about the potential of once-weekly Ozempic. In a study with Ozempic, a majority of adults lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7 and maintained it.
Oh, under 7?
So that right there is the benefits, right?
And you may lose weight. In the same one-year study, adults lost on average up to 12 pounds.
Oh, up to 12 pounds?
A 2-year study showed that Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like
So those are what, 2 or 3 pros right there.
heart attack, stroke, or death.
Oh, no increased risk?
Oh.
Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck.
A lump or swelling in your neck. So I'm sorry, hold on. This is supposed to be medication, right? And off the bat, he's already telling you, well, over maybe what 40% of you are disqualified if you already have this history or whatever in your family. Number two, if when taking this medication you develop a swelling or a lump, what he said in your neck, you stop taking the med. Well, first off, and there's more, but number one, that should ring a bell. Why in the world is medication that's supposed to make you feel better having a possibility of you developing a lump in your neck?
Stop taking Ozempic, Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing.
What? Severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Breathe. Yeah. So now really think about this. Now you're hearing the cons, and it sounded a little more weightier than the pros, right? Cool.
Serious side effects may happen.
So what he listed already were just regular side effects, and now he's about to list the serious side effects,
Including pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase the risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects are nausea.
So and now you have the common side effects. When in addition,
Vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation.
nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Is this really something you want to go through? Just for whatever type 2 diabetes. This doesn't even cure it. Now that's the thing. Like this so-called Ozempic, whatever, it doesn't even cure the diabetes. And I'm only using this as an example because this isn't, it's not like a specific target on this specific brand. It's just mainly medical commercials in general. All right, this is what they do. So I'm gonna finish the video and then we'll get into it.
Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I discovered the potential.
Dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. So now you got what, type 2 diabetes, you taking this, and now you got to worry about kidney problems. And what does that lead to? Now you got to go to the hospital, get something else for your quote unquote kidney problems or for your side effects that this medication gave you. And then what? They give you another medication, which then starts the cycle again.
Potential with Ozempic.
Ask your healthcare provider if Ozempic is right for you.
Yo, man, this is crazy. So
Ladies are excited.
So basically what you just saw there was that commercial. Now, if you notice what they did during the commercial is they put up pictures or videos of clips of family members or people who have smiles on their face. They're happy. Now, your mind, all right, you're seeing the video. Okay, your brain is focusing on what with emotion in the video. At the same time, you're listening to what this guy is saying. At the same time, they got the writings on the screen, so you're probably reading that. So your brain isn't really it's sort of, your attention is divided on all these different things, and they do that purposely. All right, because if your brain is solely focused on the audio and you're listening to the things he's saying, like I caught yesterday, you actually start to reconsider. Okay. Why is this so-called medication, which doesn't even cure you, have all these different side effects and symptoms, which could be deadly? And if you notice, they'll tell you in severe cases. You know, the thing with these medications is they come with side effects. You know, so just it's common now that when you hear a commercial about a drug or whatever it is, no, you're gonna hear side effects with it. They're not gonna give you a drug that, oh well, this is all it is. It's gonna cure you and just take it once and you're good. No, you're gonna hear side effects may include, in severe cases, broken legs, broken spines, death, and and that's what they do. But they say it so fast and so through the motion with all these other things going on in the commercial that you're not even picking up on it. Now, there's more to this. Okay, so I looked this up, which Ozempic, which, yeah, like I said, the name of the drug is semaglutide, and it says semaglutide is a pharmaceutical drug. All right, now that's a key word. All right, so it says semaglutide is a pharmaceutical drug developed by Danish company Novo Nordisk. Originally developed for the treatment of type 2 diabetes in 2012, it was found in 2017 that it can be used for the treatment of obesity. All right, so it's supposed to treat diabetes, not even cure it. Right now, keyword here, they said it was a pharmaceutical drug. Okay, and which brothers should already know this already, but for those that don't know, when you look into the word pharmacy, which that's where pharmaceutical comes from, pharmacy, it says here, this is the online etymology dictionary. So it says a medicine from Old French pharmacie, a purgative from medieval Latin pharmacia, from Greek pharmakeia, use of drugs, medicines, potions, or spells, poisoning, witchcraft, remedy, cure. All right. So it says from pharmakeus, preparer of drugs. Okay, that's what a pharmacy is. They prepare drugs. Poisoner, sorcerer. Okay, so these pharmacies, which are preparer of drugs or spells or potions, really they're poisoners and sorcerers, because them giving you something, all right, to treat your so-called diabetes, when really what it's doing, all right, and I'm going to get into that too, what it's doing is giving you all these other problems, because some of those side effects could lead to death. Some of those side effects could put you in a very bad situation, and some of them aren't even temporary, So really it's poisoning your body, those side effects that they list. But why? So that you can come back, okay? And that's why it says what? Drug, poison, filter, charm, spell, enchantment. Okay, because what happens now? These drugs they're giving you, your body, all right, is like your body goes under a spell. Why? Because your body starts to get dependent on these drugs, just like a drug addict. Okay, you get dependent on it. Hey, sometimes it may even be painkillers. And that's why you hear about people overdosing or whatever it is. And sometimes they get an addiction to these drugs, and it's like they can't get off. Why? Because it's an enchantment. Okay, so your body gets attached and addicted to these drugs. It gets dependent on it, and now your body, because your body naturally produces everything you need to survive. Okay, but with these additional artificial drugs, what's going on is your body is now depending on these drugs and not using its natural way of producing whatever it needs for you. Okay, and when that goes on, now for a long period of time, you're on these drugs, you're on these drugs, you're on these drugs. Okay, your body now, after a while, it can't even go back to how it's supposed to naturally go, because now if you don't have this drug, your body doesn't know what to do. Okay, now on top of that, while you're doing this, you're increasing your drug intake or your medication intake. Why? Because as your body becomes dependent on this drug they're giving you, you're still getting the side effects from the drug. Okay, so now you still have to go and get medication for those side effects. You see, so it's basically wearing and destroying your body. All right, but that's why you see once people get on certain medication, they can't get off. It's almost as though it's a lifelong thing, like an enchantment. Okay, so it says Beeks writes that the original meaning cannot be clearly established. The word is clearly pre-Greek. Yeah, because a lot of the English words come from Greek and Latin. All right. So now I zoomed in on this. Here's the original pharmacon. In Greek, it's a drug, poison, filter, charm, spell, enchantment. All right. Preparer of drugs, pharmakia, use of drugs, medicines, potions, or spells, poisoning, witchcraft. Okay? Witchcraft. And that is why, well, I'm going to get into that too. Going down pharmacia, medieval Latin, all the way down to our word we use now, pharmacy. All right, which now what they've done is they've crossed out all these other ones and they've put a medicine. There's more to it than a medicine, because a medicine is supposed to cure you, it's supposed to heal you. All right. Now, if you notice, he said, speak to your doctor, all right, and see if this drug is okay for you to take, right? Now, let's go into the word doctor, okay, because it's very interesting in itself, too. Let me see. Is it this? Yeah, this is the first one. Okay, so doctor. It says here, to confer the degree of doctor on, from doctor meaning to treat as a doctor, administer, right? To treat as a doctor, that doesn't really tell you what a doctor is. It says administer medical treatment to, okay? Now it says what? Sense of alter, disguise, for the purpose of deception, falsify, okay? So it says what? To alter or disguise, right? That's what the definition of a doctor is. For the purpose of deception. Falsify. Why? Because doctors and the pharmacy are linked. Why? Because what do doctors do? They prescribe medications for you, right? Based on your quote unquote symptoms or whatever your problem may be. And where do you go? You go to the pharmacy or the poisoners or the sorcerers or the drug makers, the enchanters, to give you that medication or that drug or that poison. Okay, so in sometimes what the doctor will do is they'll disguise or they'll falsify what your problem actually is and tell you need this, because a doctor can really tell you, hey, this drug that I'm prescribing to you, the reason that it's good for you is because it has this this herb in it. So instead of taking this drug, which although it has this herb in it, it also comes with many other chemicals that aren't good for you, just go get the herb itself, which will do a good job of healing you. No, That's not gonna happen. They're gonna falsify, and they're gonna disguise, and they're gonna tell you something like, hey, you need this instead. And that's why their machines in the hospitals are all they're altered. Okay, my mom told me that she was gonna go check her blood pressure. All right, and here it is. She went and bought a top notch machine that tests your blood pressure. All right, the same ones they use over there. Right, she checks it here. It's like 120 something. She literally all she did was walk to the hospital, checks it over there. They said 140 something. That's crazy. We got to get you on this, that, and that. So you see what they do, because it's all for what? The money. Okay? It's all for money. The more people they can get on drugs, the more money they can make. And the more meaningless drugs they can make, the more money they make. All right? Because a lot of these drugs, you need refills. All right? You need to keep paying. You need to keep coming back, just like a drug addict. Okay? You go, you get it, it does what it does to you, and then it wears off, so you need more. Or you run out, so you need more. Okay? And then when your condition worsens, you go back to the alterer or the disguiser or the falsifier, which is the doctor. And what do? They tell you, hey, now we got this for you because your condition got worse. Not telling you that the reason your condition got worse was because of what they prescribed you. No. But guess what? Because they're they're a big industry, and they got so-called scientists that prove what they're saying, which is a damn lie. Because what they use, like they did in the commercial, is they use these big words because they know, number one, you're not gonna look into it. Number two, it's gonna sound strange and foreign to you. And so if they can use big enough words, and they know, and they can use a lot of them to the point where you're not gonna look into it, what happens then? They can get away with it, just like food ingredients. Why do you think they have things like natural and artificial flavors? Because that's a very broad topic right there. A broad classification that you can put anything under natural and artificial flavors. You know? So going on, all right, this is something that physicians have to take. It's called a Hippocratic Oath. All right? It says the Hippocratic Oath is an oath historically taken by physicians. Right? Look at that. A physician, medical practitioner, medical doctor, all right, a doctor. Okay? Now, look at the man. This picture looks creepy as hell anyway. All right? But it says, because a lot of these things go back to Greek, just like the word pharmacy, just like what these doctors do. Okay? Now, when you read this, it says what? The Hippocratic Oath is an oath historically taken by physicians. It is one of the most widely known Greek medical texts. In its original form, it requires a new physician to swear, okay? Scriptures tell you you're not supposed to swear, number one. And number two, by a number of healing gods, plural, okay, to uphold specific ethical standards, all right? Now, here it is, as a physician, all right, you out here and you're supposed to swear, okay, to a number of healing gods. What is the first commandment? The first commandment: thou shalt have no other gods before me. You're not even supposed to have gods before you. Now, you let's say you want to call yourself a Christian or whatever it is. You're going to these physicians who they're swearing to Greek gods, you know, to so-called uphold specific ethical standards, all right, and they're performing whatever it is on you with their witchcraft and their drugs, and then you coming out not even feeling good. Sometimes you'll go there and the doctor, you feel horrible. The doctor will tell you, no, you're fine, everything is good. Why? Because they're waiting for you to get in a bad enough situation where they can just hook you up on the drugs. Okay, it's a money-making thing, man. That's why in other countries they heal people of diseases that here they'll tell you is impossible. It's incurable. You know, just take the chemo. But in other countries they'll look at you like you crazy. Chemo, boy, you like, yo, just get you some of this, that, get some soursop or whatever it is, and yo, they legit. That's why a lot of these big diseases, most of the time you hear of a lot of them going on in the U.S. A lot of them, because in the U.S. they purposely, it's not that they don't have the cure, they purposely do not want to cure you. Why would I give you a one-time payment for a cure all right, and lose money when I can set you on a payment plan for medication to quote unquote treat you. You see the logic there? Now I'm gonna end it with these precepts right here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 4. It says, "The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them." Yes, because a lot of herbs, where do they come from? They come from the earth. Where do we come from? We come from the earth. Okay? So a lot of these different herbs that the Lord has created in out of the earth is for our benefit. Okay? So that's why it says, "He that is wise will not abhor them." You have to actually research it. What is the problem that you have? You know? And what herbs are known to cure certain things like that? Okay? And half of these diseases and stuff are man-made. Some of them don't even look. Let me show you something, man. Let me show you something. Because a lot of people that trust these scientists and these doctors who come up with these symptoms, well, they have something called ODD, right? Oppositional defiant disorder. And this is supposedly a disorder, right? Now read what this says. It says here, oppositional defiant disorder. Defiant behavior, temper tantrums, excessive arguing with adults. All right? A condition in which a child displays argumentative behavior towards people in authority. Very common, more than 3 million cases per year in the U.S. Diagnosis does not require lab tests or imaging. Can't often be self-treated. Can last several months. This is not ODD. It does not exist. All right. What they've done is they've examined teenagers and kids and see how they normally react and behave, and they've classified it as a disorder. That's why it's very common, because children are usually normally rebellious at times. They go through that phase of where you can't tell them nothing. They're in that phase of I know it all. They're in that phase of they want to challenge authority. That's how kids are. But what did they say? They say this is no, that's a disorder. But how do you know it's a disorder? The diagnosis doesn't require lab testing or imaging. Hey, man, let me see. Oh, look at that. The cause of ODD is not known. Why? Because it doesn't exist. Okay? It says, it is believed that genetics and environmental factors play a role in developing the disease. There are few other biological causes as well, which might be the cause of ODD. All this means, all right, is what they're saying is oppositional defiant disorder. So if let's say a teacher tells you something, and as a kid you're like, nah, I don't want to do that, or something like that, which we all saw that, as kids, you have the teacher say something and the student will argue with it or talk back, damn near all parents go through that where their kids talk back to them or whatever it may be. Well, now they're saying that's a disorder. So it's not normal for your kid to be a kid, or to be an adolescent, or to be a teenager. And when you study psychology, it tells you that's normal. It's a phase that they go through. Okay? Frequent temper tantrums, excessive arguing with adults, never obeys adults' requests and questioned rules, attempting to annoy adults or upset people, easy provocation to anger, frequent anger/irritation, spiteful attitude, and revenge seeking. That's a kid right there. That's immaturity. All right? That's being a child. But what did they class? They said, no, that's whoa. That's a medical term called oppositional defiant disorder. Why? Because it's all for, let me see the treatments here. What? Therapies. All right? Parental training, a lot of these therapies, they're not free. You got to pay for that. So you see how all these are different avenues just to make money off of you? All right, so let me finish this real quick. It says, he that is wise will not abhor them. Yeah, because there are a lot of medication that the Lord has made. Hey, when you look at the Northern Kingdom, when you look at Israel, all right, man, we weren't having all these artificial labs doing all these different things, man. No, we didn't need to. All right. Next, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse. Just to get to the points, I'll jump. Get a couple of precepts. It says, All right, I just read this, verse 4. Okay. Salakia. There it is, verse 9. My son, in thy Salakia, in thy sickness, be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. So the first thing you have to do, all right, is first you have to pray. Because understand that even if you rush to the ER or rush to wherever it is, or to these medications, if the Lord doesn't will it that you should live through it, all right, you're not going to. And if it's the Lord's will, well, first you got to pray. All right? That the Lord have mercy on you, and that whatever happens, that the physician will succeed in whatever he's doing. But now check it. It says here, give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being, then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. All right. There is a time when in their hands there is good success. Yeah, so they succeed in treating you for whatever it is. Now check it. For they also, or they shall also pray unto the Lord. Who is they? The physician. That he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. So he's supposed to what? Pray. The physician is supposed to pray unto the Lord that he will prosper in whatever he's doing, for you to be able to live and prolong your life. But hold on, what we got here? They taking Hippocratic oaths. And what are they doing? They're swearing by a number of healing gods. The scripture says he's supposed to pray to the Most High, not these Greek gods. So right there, number one is off. Okay? But like I said, man, it's all the system, man. It's all the system. And really, man, this is just common sense. But the masses of the people have been deceived so much to the point where they don't even see it anymore. You know? They don't see it anymore. And it's a tactic that these elites use to get you, man. All right? But hey, this is the society we live in, man. So yo, you gotta be real circumspect about, number one, what you eat. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when you go to these doctors and these hospitals, you gotta really listen to what they're saying and see if it actually makes sense. Because, yeah, okay, they might have studied to be in their field, but you have common sense too. And you know your body, okay? So if they're telling you something and it doesn't even sound right, don't just go with it because they look like a doctor, they look like they know what they're saying. And a lot of people don't expect them to deliberately tell you a lie or to falsify something. But go and look up the definition of the word, man. All right? Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect, and brothers and sisters were able to learn something from this. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.